weren't even talking about city business either.
Yeah.
Call the meeting of the Leitchfield Utilities Commission to order for Thursday, May the 2nd, 2024. You have a draft of the minutes of the meeting that we conducted on April 18th. If there are no additions or corrections, would entertain a motion to approve those. Motion by Mr. Alley, second by Mayor Miller. All in favor of the approval of the minutes? Aye. All right. The next item is the ratification of the bill list that's been provided to you. Is there a motion to approve the bill list?
I'll make it.
Motion by Mr. Jones.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Ferris. Any questions about the bills or any comments? All in favor of the motion to ratify the bill list? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, motion passed. At the last meeting, you were given the February 2024 financial statement. Sabrina likes for us to approve those in the minutes. Is there a motion to approve that February financial statement? Motion by Mayor Miller, second by
I'll second.
second by Mr. Ferris. All in favor of the motion to approve the February financial statement? There was a bid opening the day after our last meeting for the bypass lift station, and I think that's part of your packet. Do we have a list of the, yeah, all three of them are on there. Back here, it's this sheet right here. The bid tabulations were Basham Construction, $589,000, Bobby Luttrell and Sons, $664,721, and Schroeder Construction, $717,650. Those bids have been reviewed by the Brandon Hamilton of the engineering firm, Convirons. He does recommend that we go ahead and approve the low bid from Basham Construction in the amount of $589,000. That's I thought all three bids I thought were decent, and that one's just a very good bid, and we're pleased with that. Is there a motion to approve that bid?
I'll make it. I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Jones, second by Mr. Ferris. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. We'll go on. Have you heard from Ricky?
No, I haven't. I talked to him earlier today.
Okay.
Talked to him earlier this week, and he knew that to be here. I guess
All right.
must have slipped his mind.
Okay. We'll go on to a little bit older business. The line extension policy. You've been given time to review that, and I know that, like I said, Dave and Dwight and David Roof met, and we'd gotten the draft from Matt Baker, the engineer, and they've redone it, and you were given a draft of it. Did anyone have any comment or question?
I don't. Dwight, are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Yeah, I didn't see any. I mean, I think we've simplified it quite a bit and made it more.
Yeah, we made several changes in it.
Yeah, made it a lot more user-friendly. I think it's fair to the utilities and it's fair to the developer as well.
We tried to make it so that the people that would be using it wouldn't be so confusing to them. We tried to simplify it as much as we
Yeah.
could.
Floor will be open for a motion to approve the line extension policy as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Ferris, second by Mr. Jones. Any other comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. The next item is the gas line replacement grant. We mentioned at our last meeting that, we applied for a grant last year, and we were not awarded anything. And so we renewed the application, and the application was for like it's in the minutes, there's like 1,236,000 or something like that.
Yeah, close to 1.3, I thought.
Yeah. 1,264,300. And so Dwight got an email, and I was copied on it, said that, well, they're going to make a grant presentation in the city of Fulton, Kentucky. And that was on Tuesday, I think it was the 25th or something, or the 23rd, whatever that Tuesday was. And so they said, come on down. But they didn't tell us the amount of the grant. And so Harold and Dwight and I drove down there, and they said, well, we think you'll be pleased. And a representative from Senator McConnell's office got up and said they were awarding like 13 point something million that day. And then they said that they were giving the city of Fulton like $12.9 million. I was like, well, may not be much left for us, but they did come through, and we got $684,039. And basically what it is, we had a two-part grant application. We were applying to be able to apply some money toward, the meters that we want to update for the gas system. And then the other part was to replace a steel line that runs along Wallace Avenue. And they deemed that, the steel line, the current administration is big on environmental type issues, and they thought that, steel lines needed to be replaced. And that's why Fulton got so much. They have a lot of iron pipe in their distribution system, very old. And so they basically got their grant to pretty much replace their whole distribution system. And so we do have a lot of PVC in ours, but we do have that one line that's steel over on Wallace Avenue, and that's what we intended.
Yeah, and Floyd Street. I mean, the grant was written up for a section of line in Floyd Street and Wallace Avenue.
All right. And so just wanted to let you know that we have been awarded that. There are some next steps that we'll have to do to finalize that, but we have been awarded the $684,039 in order to do that. Also, the fact we got the very good news, and we just awarded the bypass lift station. Superintendent Embry, I don't want to make the price, said that he did receive a call from Adam Scott, he's going to try to seek some additional funding for us to receive on that particular project. But we don't know anything other than that, other than we're going to try to apply for some additional funding there. But we are going on with that project. Any other business? A couple of things that I wanted to point out. You have the March financial statement. You've also got the superintendent's, well, it's actually the 2024 capital improvements, the budget from that. Also, you've got a listing of our cash on hand, so be looking over those financials and for approval. We'll approve the March financial statement next meeting, but the others is basically just for your information purposes. Which brings us to, though, the fact that it's time, and the city's already working on it, and Dwight is too, on next fiscal year's budget for the year beginning July 1. And as Sabrina contacted I'd asked them to maybe call Kevin and Keith to see if you could sit in on some budget meetings with them.
She just needs to get with us, Lori, I guess, and
Yeah,
my schedule's a little tighter than Keith's unless he's camping.
right. So
So you
I
just want me to have her reach out to you then?
We can reach out to both of us, but
yeah,
I might be a little tighter getting it worked
Okay.
in my schedule.
She had asked for some days, but I'll just tell her to reach out to them.
yeah, I'll just let her coordinate it, and whenever y'all can get together. and-
I'll give you some dates after the meeting.
Okay.
You've also, from Alicia, got one of those reports that we get from our software showing number of active accounts. And what they are from last month and also from last year. Looks like water is down some from this time last year in the number of active accounts, while the gas, we're up 41 accounts. So. Any other business?
We had talked about possibly going ahead and see what you all think about that, of requesting for engineer qualifications with regard to the new plant. So you might want to bring that up a little bit.
Okay.
If that's okay with everyone. We're in no hurry on it, but that's something we can go ahead and do.
Well, at the last meeting, I think we did, we set the public hearing for the wastewater treatment project regional plan for June the 13th at 6 p.m. Per the recommendation of the engineering firm that did that plan. And one of the next steps that will have to be, once that gets done, is we will, anytime there's federal money involved, you're going to have to advertise and go through the process of selecting an engineer for the project itself. And you'll have to take requests for engineering qualifications. And, yeah, we were just talking at some point in time, we're going to have to do that. I don't know that we necessarily have to do it tonight, but it's,
No, there's something to think about.
we're going to have to be ready to do that. So there'll be interest from several different engineering firms wanting to be our engineer for that particular project. It's a large project, and they'll all want to do it. So they'll be a little bit involved in that process. Anything else?
I'll reschedule Rick. I don't know what's going on. We have Brad coming at the next meeting, so.
Yeah, it probably need to be. I mean, we've got, one thing about the wastewater plant, we know what we're doing for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's, exactly.
And just an FYI, I won't be at the May 18th meeting, or the 16th meeting. I guess it's the May the 16th meeting. So Vice Chairman Jones will be in charge of that one. But I'll stay up to date with what Brad brings back on his progress from his report early in the year. Dwight was showing me some photos of one of the things that Brad mentioned in his meeting that I know he'll talk about is that we had a gas line exposed in the
Look at there.
Breckinridge County area that was kind of above ground, and they have actually put that underground and done some reinforcement around that. So Dwight can show you the pictures on that, as maybe Brad will. There's no other business. Well, Ricky, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Like I said, about once a year, we like to hear from each department head. We kind of schedule these on nearly a quarterly basis to at least hear from wastewater treatment main operator, the water department operator, the gas, and then also the city shop. So it's your turn, and be glad to turn the floor over to you.
I'm Ricky Lush. Sewer plant, we're limping along fairly decent right now. We're staying in compliance, which is a good thing. We're fixing what we need to stay into compliance. Trying not to spend no more money than what we need to.
Yeah.
Since we're looking at, hopefully a new plant for the
Right.
future, so.
Well, I think that probably is the operation for us for the next couple of years is like, we're heading toward a new plant there.
Right.
And so, operationally, the best we can get by until then is kind of our goal.
Right.
So,
We've just hired a new employee.
okay.
He actually started today. He's gonna work today, tomorrow, and then he's gonna work this weekend. So,
Is this an experienced employee or somebody brand new?
somebody brand new.
Okay.
I think he's gonna work out pretty good. He's eager to learn, and he's paying attention so far to what we're telling him and what he's looking at and doing, so
Yeah.
it's a plus.
As far as the total number of employees you have, you feel pretty good about that
Yeah,
right now?
Yeah.
And
yeah, it pretty well covers everything pretty well.
so,
We run, of course, we run 24/7, so,
right.
but,
Have you, I guess you got some, we're getting ready to work on the budget, so if you have any budgetary things, you need to get with Dwight, about
yeah,
that. for the-
I've got with him on a few things. We're hoping to plan to be able to put new garage doors on our shop that we've got now.
Okay,
Of course, in the future, if we can get a new plant, then it's gonna be for storage. So, I mean,
Right.
it's something that would be beneficial in the future also.
His budget requests were pretty small,
yeah.
pretty reasonable, I thought. So we went over that last week.
Yeah.
How's your lift station work going as far as, remind us how often you're checking each one and,
We check our big major lift stations daily. Every morning, we do a round, check all them, get the numbers off of them, make sure pumps are functioning, working like they're supposed to. The mini stations, we have close to 60 of them now. We try to get around to them about once a week, at least do a drive-by to make sure there's not a light on. Some of them we can't get to weekly. But we try to keep on top of them. Keep the floats cleaned. Use the vac truck to suck them out and clean them when we have to and we need to.
how's the vac truck doing?
It's making it.
Yeah,
Kind of like the sewer plant.
Yeah.
just making it till we get the new one?
Yeah, exactly.
Any update on Dwight on when you think that'll be here?
October is what I hear.
Okay. All right.
I've got one employee going for a Class 3 wastewater exam next week
Okay.
in Owensboro. And then we've got 2 that still need to get certified, but of course, one of them just got hired, but we're working towards that.
That's good.
I'm hoping within the next year we can get everybody at least a Class 1 classification.
As far as like the number of backups or clogs that you do, I mean, is that about the same as historical, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lift stations, of course, some of those are getting quite a few years on them. Got a lot of age, and I mean, we make them work. Like I said, we check them every day
Yeah.
and do the maintenance when we need to, or, as needed.
Yeah.
We have a routine maintenance schedule for this routinely stuff, but
We voted tonight, and we awarded the contract on the bypass lift station, the one to extend, we're extending it out toward the bypass. We used to call it the Holly Hill Lane Station.
right.
Are there any other stations that you think we're going to have to replace real soon? Or what should be our next on-the-radar project for lift stations, and how many?
I would say within the next 10 years, there's a couple that we'll probably need. One of them possibly within the next 5.
Okay.
But most of them are in fairly decent shape. There's not,
Are you talking about adding to one of them, or are we talking about just redoing what's there?
redone, upsizing. Just the amount of flow that comes to them now is, they're getting, there's a couple that's getting kind of like towards their max
Okay.
capability.
Have we had any problems with bell cheese with the odor every time you cross the railroad crossing on 54?
Mhm.
That's bad.
Really. I've not heard any odor complaints recently.
Anytime it's kind of moist or humidity is high, you can cross there and it's bad.
Yeah. We have had some complaints before through there.
Yeah, it's leaking under the railroad tracks.
They've made some improvement in their discharge, haven't
They
they?
have made a huge, huge improvement. They have cut their TSS and BOD almost in half within the last
Great.
year
Yeah.
or so.
Did they change their pretreatment there, or did they change processing inside?
The way, just, they don't have actual pretreatment there, but they have put in some equipment to try to eliminate the overloading at the sewer plant. And it has helped. We still get slug discharges every now and then, but not near like it was. And on the daily concentration has really improved.
That's good.
Their oil and grease has really improved. The grease it was a big issue that we was having. It was stopping up our lift station. And then when we'd get a slug of grease and oil like that at the plant, we had no way to treat it. It would just bypass straight through the plant. It would float on top. We couldn't break it down. But yeah, they've improved it a lot.
Well, that helps us even with the new plant, doesn't it? Because
Should,
that
yeah.
was one of the big issues, I think.
Anybody else have anything for Ricky? We appreciate you, Ricky, and the
Thank
work's
you.
being done down there, and hopefully we're getting ready to make a very big capital improvement in that area.
I look forward to it.
That's what we're progressing toward, but obviously you don't know until you get the funding and
Right.
get all that done. But
You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Being at the end that you can do so much for a little for so long, you can't do nothing with it, you know.
so, all right. Well, thanks, Ricky.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ricky.
Hear from you later.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Ricky.
Anybody else have anything? Floor would entertain a motion to adjourn. You making a motion to adjourn, Pudgy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, motion by Mr. Alley to adjourn, second by Mr. Jones. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.